Hey Capricorn, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your collective Capricorn reading. We are going to be getting into a message today, pretty much a general message. What is it that Spirit has for you? What is it that Spirit wants you to know at this time? These messages are healing messages and informative messages. They are and they always will be. So if those are things that you are interested in keeping up with on your journey, then please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Okay? These are also collective messages, collective Capricorn messages. So they may or may not resonate with you. However, if you are interested in booking a personal session or a service, I do offer those. Make sure you check out the link in the description area for more information on that, as well as being able to follow me on any of the other platforms that I'm associated with. All right. So with that being said, let us get ready to get into your message. All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts and you know their situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for Capricorns to be able to receive this message with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you give me the words to be able to articulate this message as good as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe? Oh, cool. We got something to start with. I'm really trying to I'm really wanting to pace myself in a way where it doesn't come out all mumbly, like I'm moving too fast, and so that it can come across clearly from what they're delivering to me and then, you know, how I put it out there. So first and foremost, on the table, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This Nine of Swords in reverse is like, okay, Capricorn, it's time to start pouring back into yourself. It's time to start paying attention to those better thoughts. The thoughts that lead you into what you actually want to do is what they're calling you to pay attention to. And it's the what you want to do because you also have the Princess of Wands that shows up. Those two energies together really do, they really did just make me feel good. So again, it's really like, okay, Capricorn, you have to start thinking about what's best for you. You have to start thinking about what actually is going to what can work for you, what's going to work for you. For a long time, I feel like you have been living up to the standards or the expectations that have been set by somebody else, whether they're the societal standards or whether they are the expectations of your family due to your upbringing or whatever the case may be. But now in that, right, you wanting to live up to those standards, or you operating in a way to where you're living up to those standards, if I could say it that way. It's like it drains you, right? It makes you think that whether you're not good enough, whether you're not doing enough, whether things are not happening right, whether they're not going right, so on and so forth. And I'm here to tell you, your journey is your journey. And although some people, or people can come and they can contribute to your perspective, to your way of living or whatever, at the end or the beginning, or the end of every day, is still up to you to decide what you're going to do for you. Everybody not going to agree with it, and that's okay. It does not make you a bad person, and it also, when they don't agree, does not make them bad people. It's just a clear indicator that we all have different ways of living, and figuring out what works best for you is the best thing that you can do. So you can listen, you can be open-minded to the ideas that people have to offer you. But you still want to make sure that you're doing what's best for you, right? Be free within that. Understanding, understanding, and overstanding that there are no mistakes. So even if something comes up and you make a decision and it turns out not to happen how you wanted it to happen, and then you will have those people to come in well, I told you so, I told you so. They still don't know why the Most High had you experience whatever it was that you experienced, right? And shit, you don't even be knowing why you had to go through said experiences. But as you continue to travel along your path, it will all end up making sense, okay? You also have the 8 of disc in reverse. So with this 8 of disc in reverse, again, I need you to pour your energy into the things that are actually going to bear you more fruit. Whether that's people, like, whatever you do for work, anything that you are investing yourself, your time, your energy into, you want to make sure that it has some type of a return. And the return, like, it can be a monetary return, it can be an energetic return, it can be, you learning lessons, or even putting you in better places and spaces, right? You don't want to keep on investing in stuff that doesn't add value to your life. You don't want to keep investing into things, people that do not add value to your life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Because in the long run, all it's going to do is put you in the long run, all it's going to do is put you in this energy that you feel like you've already grown from. So be real mindful of what you're doing with your time, your money, Is it, again, you may say, for instance, you'd rather choose fast food over purchasing a certain book, right? Or you may choose to go to the movies opposed to going to some type of class or investing in yourself some type of way. That movie it's going to bring you some type of satisfaction in the moment, but the book or the class will add value to you and give you something that can probably, assist you with going to the movies 10 times opposed to you going to the instant gratification, right? Let's not focus so much on the instant gratification and start putting, more into the things that are, again, going to bear us more fruit. You also have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So in those moments, right, it's like in those moments, our minds do kind of like be torn in between the two, right? When it goes to that instant gratification, like, well, I want this right now, and I know that this is what I want to choose right now. But you also know that you want a better experience in the long run. Instead of looking at it, I guess I want to say in a bad way, but it's not necessarily bad. I don't like saying things are good or bad. It just is what it is, and it's exactly what it needs to be when it presents itself to us. But choosing to do the things that put you ahead, right? Like, you just got to choose to stop doing the things that are keeping you where you are, especially when you want a better experience, when you want to experience more, or better, however you want to articulate that. You have to make the choice to do something different. You've been doing said things for so long, and they're constantly giving you this, the same results. But if you want something different, now you're going to have to do something different, which is more like a high vibrational action and or activity, if that makes sense. I clearly just heard, like, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So you have to, like, change the way that you think about these things so that you can show up and do something different about it. I'm hearing that if you continue to do what you always done, you'll continue to get what you always gotten. We also have the Hermit card that just came out. Okay, and this Hermit card is really like, now it's time for you to shine your light. Like, choose not to surround yourself with people where you feel like you have to dim your light to go into these spaces. There are people who need to be able to see your light, but they can't see it if you're not letting it shine. So when it comes to you doing what's best for you or what feels best for you in that moment, and again, I'm not saying to do it for the instant gratification. Sometimes we want something how can I say this? Sometimes we want something, we know that we want it now, but we also know that it's going to take time for it to present itself. So then that means in this moment, you have things to do in order to lead yourself into that space that you're actually heading towards, right? Um, do those things. Do those things. Sometimes, even when you're like working out and stuff, you're not always motivated, but you know that you have to push through and you have to be consistent in order for you to obtain the results that you're wanting to experience or achieve. Spirit, is there anything else that we need in this deck for Capricorn? We'll do like 2 more shuffles. This is going to be 2 right here. Well, 1 and then 2. We're going to do a couple more shuffles, and if we don't get anything else, then we're going to go ahead and go into the next deck real quick. Thank you. So again, it's with what's on the table already, it's given like pour into yourself mentally, right? Pour into yourself mentally so that you can do the things that you know you need and or want to do that will put you in a place to start being able to really shine your light. Again, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to get what you always got. And if you're not satisfied with that, then you're going to have to like switch up how you approach the situation or whatever it is that you're doing. Spirit, you know their hearts and you know their situations. Can we get a few cards out of this deck to confirm things within this Capricorn energy? What more would you like Capricorns to know? Thank you. So we have gossip, we have workaholic, and then we have enlightenment, right? So with this gossip card, it's like there are things that you're happy about that other people ain't gonna be happy about, or they don't understand why you so happy or why you're so excited about it, right? They don't have to. Remember, nobody's vision is your vision. Like the way that the Most High, God, Source, Universe, the way that you're delivered messages, right, by the Most High is how you see it. Nobody else is meant to process this information or process this vision how you are meant to process this vision, right? You've seen it, you felt it, and now you have to align yourself with doing what Spirit told you to do, because now that puts you in alignment of being obedient, right, to what you were told to do. And then you want to work towards that. Again, the things that actually make you feel, uplifted, right? Like purposeful, things that you can actually be excited about, things that you actually like doing. Now this is a time for you to actually start doing it. The enlightenment card also shows up, and this is pretty much just saying the only way for you to overcome your fears are to face them, right? You, of course, if it's unfamiliar territory, baby, it's gonna make you feel some type of way. It's definitely going to make you feel some type of way. But the only way for you to overcome that feeling is to put yourself in position to actually experience it. And again, even if it doesn't turn out exactly how you expect it to, you'll still realize that after you move forward, it's not even half as bad as you thought that it was going to be. It's still teaching you something. You're learning something. You will have more of an inner and or understanding of why things went the way they went. And then you have the experience / education to make the necessary adjustments or do what it is that you need to do in order for you to get closer to your end goal, okay? So that's what we got out of the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. Now we are in the Self-Love Affirmation deck. And with this card is we're going to close with this card, whatever comes out of this deck. Spirit, you know what it is I need to hear. Thank you for the card that you just delivered for us to receive. It says, I let go of all expectations and hold on to appreciation, right? So even, again, clearly when that first came in, I let go of all expectations. I feel like that's the expectation of people to understand you or for people to support you in any type of way, shape, or form. And then just appreciate whatever is happening around you, because if you're just appreciate, because then you allow things to start presenting themselves to you in a more high vibrational way. Never let the things you want make you forget the things you have, right? Never let the things you want make you forget the things you have. So whatever it is that you want, cool. This is why you want to appreciate what you have in this very moment. People, places, things, thought processes, emotions, absolutely everything. They play a role, they play a part. They are helping you elevate, they are helping you grow, they are teaching you something about yourself all the time, right? So I do hope that this message has brought you some type of clarification, confirmation, or has assisted you in some type of way, shape, or form. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and be here to check out your elemental messages on Friday. That's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.